Welcome to the Indiana 4-H Clover Call podcast, where our goal is to share information about the people and programs that make the Indiana 4-H Youth Development Program such an important part of our communities. We welcome youth and adult 4-H volunteers, 4-H youth and their families, extension professionals, and any others who are interested in providing positive opportunities for youth. We thank you for joining us for this episode, which begins now. Welcome to the Indiana 4-H Clover Call podcast. I'm Steve McKinley, a 4-H Extension Specialist on Purdue's West Lafayette campus. And today I am excited to welcome three members of the 2022 State 4-H Junior Leader Council to share with you information about the conference that they have been planning over the past several months. The 91st Annual State 4-H Junior Leader Conference is going to be held June 14 through the 17th at DePaul University in Greencastle. And students who have completed grades 9 through 12 are invited to attend. And 4-H or 4-H Junior Leader participation is not required to attend. So if you know of people that are out there that are interested, they do not have to have past 4-H experiences. We will share some information about how you can register for the conference at the end of this podcast today. And we'll also include some links in the show notes for you to take a look at. But to get started, I'd like to ask each of our panelists to introduce themselves. I ask them to share their name, their county, and just a brief overview of the 4-H experiences. And we're going to go in alphabetical order. So Hadassah, that means you're up first.
Hi, I'm Hadassah Clore. I'm from Elkhart County. This is my 10th year in 4-H, and it is a very great experience, and I recommend all of you do the same.
Fantastic. Maddie, you're up next.
Yeah, my name is Madison Powell. I'm from Tifton, Indiana. I was a 10-year 4-H member, and I'm currently attending Purdue University with an agriculture education major. I'm a part of Collegiate 4-H here. I'm our president the next year, and lots of fun stuff going on here. And I'm excited that I can continue being, a part of the 4-H program even in my college years.
Thanks, Maddie. And McKinley, you're up.
Hi, I'm McKinley Underhill. This will be my 9th year in 4-H. I am from Hamilton County. In 4-H, I've been really involved. I miss Hamilton County this year. I love showing llamas and all the animal stuff, and I try to do as many projects as I can get my hands on.
Fantastic. So for our audience, I want to thank you first of all for those introductions, but for our audience, the members of the State 4-H Junior Leader Council are ones who have been specifically selected to serve in this capacity. In 2022, we have a 17-member team, so you're getting to hear from 3 of those individuals today, and they have worked really hard to get ready for an outstanding conference over the last several months, and it's going to be an awesome experience for all those who attend in June. So as I start off our questions for you this afternoon, ladies, if you could describe for me your experience of serving as a member of the State 4-H Junior Leader Council, please.
I can go first. That it has been so much fun. I got to start out, all of the other kids are so awesome. It's such a good group to work with. And I feel like at the meetings, we get a lot done. We're really good at working together and planning everything out.
Yep, and I can go next. It's definitely been so much fun. We all work together really well too. And I mean, it's a lot of work, but it is a great group to get to work with. And we always make it lots of fun, which is going to relate to the conference where we're going to get a lot done, but it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I've definitely been able to learn a lot, meet a lot of new people. Some of the really cool things we've been able to talk about are presentation skills, facilitating different groups, and being able to work with kids of this age group. I've also really enjoyed being able to meet all these new people. It can be hard to be able to meet people from all over the state, but SJLC is one of those amazing places that you can create those connections within different counties and create those lifelong friendships.
And I would agree with all 3 of you that this group has come together very well. They've done things in planning and just really has been amazing to watch that come together. We've only met 3 times, 2 of those in person. We got a blizzard there in the second meeting that didn't allow us to get together as we had planned, but January, February, and in April, times that we had met. And then we've had a lot of conversations in between those experiences too. But as you think back, ladies, to the experiences you've had on the council so far, knowing that it's not done yet, but what is something that you think you have learned from this experience that you plan to use later in life?
I know personally, when I look into my future, I really want to work as an extension educator and do different things like this in my future career. And I believe that the activity planning and the working together, the teamwork to create these amazing mission trainings that we have has been really important to me. And I'm excited to use that in my future career.
I really agree with you, Madison. Another thing I learned is I don't always like working in group settings. Before I came to this, I really joined the Junior Leader Council to try to push myself outside of that comfort zone. And I've realized how important it is to work in a group. Like one person could never get this conference done, and how important it is that we all work together, and how much more fun it is that we do everything together.
Yeah, and mine's definitely just like the leadership skills that we've grown in. I mean, we've all been in leadership roles before, but it wasn't until that I got on this conference council that I realized how different leadership can look and the different ways that you can do it. Yeah, those life skills are just really, really good, and you can use them for your work or with friends, even just working together instead of trying to tell everybody what to do. That's not leadership. So I really learned a lot through just different ways of phrasing leadership that is really good.
Good deal. That's a good testimony from each of you about the things that you get to do as council members. And we can talk a little bit later about how people can get on the council in the future too. So that's awful, pretty cool as well. So let's talk a little bit about the conference itself. Again, coming up June 14th through the 17th at DePaul University. You guys came up with a theme early on. So if one of you could share with us, what is the theme of this year's conference?
So the theme this year is Mission I'm Possible, like based off Mission Impossible.
And tell me what that theme means to you individually. Why do you think that's an important theme?
For me, it means that even though we're going to have lots of like fun, spy-like activities where we're having everyone together, it's still going to make it to where everybody can find something new about themselves and learn and grow in it to make their dreams come possible in the future.
McKinley or Maddie, anything you'd like to add to that?
Yeah, like Hadessa said, there's a lot of things that we're going to be able to learn during the conference, and there are things that might seem impossible that you're not able to do them, but you're going to learn a lot and be able to step out of your comfort zone and talk to new people and really be able to create connections and create new experiences for yourself, so that you can continue to grow and make those impossibilities possible.
So Maddie, you mentioned a little bit earlier of mission training. Those of you that might not have been to this conference before, actually, even if you had been, this is a new name for this activity that we're doing. So Maddie, tell me a little bit about what is a mission training, and then which one are you leading at the conference this year?
Yeah, so mission trainings are really cool. We're going to be able to have different activities where we're able to teach our delegates something important to us. Personally, mental health awareness has been something that I've been working really hard on, especially here in my college life, and mindfulness has become super important to me. So now I'm able to take the skill that I have of mindfulness and teach it back to the community and teach it back to our delegates here. We're going to be able to learn different things. There is one on car parts and how to jump a car. It's something that for me, I did not think was possible. But with, these mission trainings, we're going to be able to create those new learning experiences.
McKinley, which one are you teaching this year?
So this year I'm going to be teaching professionalism, and I'm really excited about this. We're going to be covering kind of what goes into an interview. So we're going to be starting at the basics. So how to tie a tie and pick out an outfit. And we're going to go through handshakes and eye coordination and those basic interview questions that you get asked, how to answer them.
How about yours, Hadessa? What's it going to look like?
So our mission training is team building. It's called Espionage Experts. And we have some very fun games and activities lined up for everyone to learn how to work together and become a team.
And so those are 3 of the activities. And actually, there's a total of 8 of those mission trainings that'll be offered. And so they're about an hour in length each. And you get to rotate through that with a group of young people that will be attending the conference along with you. And these council members, again, they have worked really hard to put these together. We got to see a sneak preview back in April. They all look really good, and they're going to get even better between now and when the conference starts in June. So we're excited about those as well. Each of you, give me an idea. McKinley, we're going to start with you on this one. What are you most looking forward to at the 2022 State 4-H Junior Leader Conference?
Oh goodness, that's a hard question. We have a lot of different things happening. We have a big plan for Wednesday night. We have a really big game that we're going to be doing that night, and I'm really excited for that. It'll be fun to see it all come together.
Maddie, what do you think?
Yeah, so I remember what I looked forward to most when I was a delegate was creating really big friendships and watching these friendships, happen. And I think that as a council member, seeing those friendships flourish will be really heartwarming. A little story, actually, somebody that I met the first year I went to SJLC, her name was Sydney. She was a senior when I was a freshman. And I knew that, I would never see her again, but I was like, it's okay. We're such good friends. I actually came here to Purdue, and she was the president of one of the clubs that I was a part of. And we got to, rekindle that friendship and be able to talk to each other a little bit more. And, it creates such a strong bond, even if it is just a week. So I'm excited to see other people get that same experience.
It is a pretty unique experience that way. Hadassah, what are you looking forward to?
Yeah, kind of like what Maddie said, just getting to see everybody again. We haven't been able to have conference for a good couple years. And so I can't wait to see who all's still there and get to talk to them again. And just seeing each person grow and flourish in their own way, a lot like what Maddie had said. It's just really special place that you don't know what it is till you're there and you experience it. And then you always just want to go back because it's so special. And just everybody's there and wants to be together, and it's lots of fun.
Some of the people who are listening to this podcast today are actually high school students right now. Others, no high school students. So as we think about why somebody would like to attend or why we think somebody should attend, what are some things that you can say that might really encourage our high school students out there to join us at DePauw in June? Maddie, get us started off here.
Yeah, so I would say those really important life skills that we're going to be teaching in those mission trainings. I know for me personally, that was what I took out of the conference the most. That professionalism one that McKinley talked about, that she's running, that's going to be really influential, especially, as they transition from high school to college, start looking at internships and jobs. Interviews are super important, and there's a lot of them coming up. So being able to gain those skills is going to be really important for all of the students.
Hadassah, anything you like to add about a reason that somebody should want to come?
Yeah, so I know for my brother, he was a very shy person at first. So you might be listening to this thinking, wow, okay, that sounds like a lot of meeting people. I'm not sure I'm up for that. But with him going and coming back, I was actually still just an 8th grader, and so I couldn't go. But just the difference in him when he came home from that, it was just really, really changing, because I was like, wow, I want to go and see what this is all about. And it's lots of fun, like I've said 100 times, but just getting to do all these activities and these opportunities, it is so life-changing that, like I said, you won't know what it is until you go. And if you don't like it 1 year, you don't have to go back, but you'll never know unless you take that chance.
Perfect. McKinley, what would you do to recruit somebody to come?
I have to agree with both what Hadassah and Maddie said. I think the other big thing is all the people you meet. You never know who you're going to run into or who you're going to need to know later in life. Like what Maddie talked about, that she had a friend who she now knows in college. That's in one of our clubs. There's so many different people that you get to meet, and those friendships last way past the conference.
Yeah, another thing I can add real quick, like we have a banquet with sponsors there, and I know a lot of people who through that banquet, they get like jobs that they've been at for years now, and it's a really great opportunity for that as well.
Absolutely right. So last question, ladies, what else would you like to share about your experiences as a council member or about this conference that you think would be helpful for our listeners to hear today?
I would just say, like, don't be afraid to do something. Even if you go and you're a little bit reserved and you're just like, I'm not sure I want to do that. Just go for it. No one's judging you there. We all want you to do and succeed. So just go for it. If you're on the fence about it, you're going to have a great time. Like, just give it your all and it'll be good.
Okay, so you've heard from three of our outstanding Junior Leader Council members. We mentioned that we might be able to tell you how you can be on the council in a future year. And the way that you can do that is actually to go to the conference this summer. You'll have an opportunity then to run for a position on the 2023 State 4-H Junior Leader Council. And you too could have the opportunity then to plan next year's conference. You'll be elected by a group of your peers and be selected to run in those positions. And you'll be able to do all the things that come together with making this conference work. And it's just a really unique experience to watch this group of Junior Leader Council members come together from one conference to the next and to be able to put everything together to make an outstanding experience. So McKinley and Maddie and Hadassah, just want to thank you so much for sharing the information that you were able to talk about today as members of the 2022 State 4-H Junior Leader Conference Council, and also your experiences of serving on that council. And I know that people are now excited about attending this conference. So what I'd like to do is share how those individuals can register. The first step would be to communicate with your county's Purdue Extension office. Talk with a 4-H educator in that office. You can visit the website extension.purdue.edu to look for your county office contact information if you don't know that yet. Let the 4-H educator know that you're interested in attending. They will be able to get you started on that registration process. The actual registration fee for the conference is $180 per person, which is quite a deal when you consider it includes all of your housing, all of your meals, all of the conference activities, and some counties even have partial scholarships that will help to offset part of that registration expense. We're asking that you register for the conference by June the 1st. Earlier would be better, but as soon as you can get in would be great for that. In the show notes, we're going to include some additional links that will provide you with further information about the conference, including the conference website and our Facebook page. So again, I'd like to thank our panelists for joining us on the podcast today. Thank you also for tuning in, and we hope to see many high school students join us June 14 to 17 at DePaul University for the 2022 State 4-H Junior Leader Conference. To our listeners, we look forward to having you join us on the next Indiana 4-H Clover Call. Interested in learning more about Indiana 4-H? We invite you to visit our website, extension.purdue.edu/4H, or contact your local Purdue Extension office and ask for the 4-H Youth Development Extension Educator. Be sure to subscribe to this podcast so you won't miss an episode. We look forward to joining you again on the next Indiana 4-H Clover Call.